Severe thunderstorms are back on the board for the plains today. We're going to continue to watch the northern tier of the country for this continued risk of possibly severe weather as we move into the start of this week. We had some storms move through southern Kansas, dropped torrential rain overnight. This was Thursday into Friday. Wichita just slammed by repeated rounds of rain and thunderstorms. More than 6 inches of rain fell there. In fact, where you're seeing some of this flooding just overall overwhelming these neighborhoods. Cars stalled, and also to some homes getting water too close for comfort. So while we've cleared things out in the southern plains, we look up to the north where our storm track has been pushed a little farther, and we have an area of low pressure starting to spin up out of the Rockies. We have a big dip in our jet stream, and that is what's going to help fuel this storm track up across parts of Montana, the Dakotas. Today in particular, a heightened level 3 risk for severe storms along the border with Montana and far western, say, North Dakota, Minot down to Bismarck, and then we do stretch some of that storm action a little farther south into western Nebraska. Eventually into the overnight, those storms starting to creep their way closer to the I-29 corridor. But right now, storm energy is building. We're kind of in the early stages of seeing severe weather at this hour. I think more so closer to the afternoon. Evening is when more of this is going to start to develop. But we've seen this level 3 upgrade in our severe storm threat largely because of the wind risk. Here we are in the plains where there's really not a lot stopping those winds from blowing, right? But we also have a really strong jet stream and the conveyor belt of winds aloft. If we tap into that with these thunderstorms growing, well, we mix down some of those stronger winds and that energy, and that's where we could see wind gusts topping 85 miles per hour. Heads up there on the I-94 corridor, Bismarck, Dickinson over to Glendive, Montana. That is a zone that's been highlighted for perhaps some of these storms developing, and with that, we see the potential for those damaging, if not destructive, wind gusts into tonight. So here's a look at our timing. Again, still relatively quiet early on into the afternoon. It's more so closer to the dinner hour that we will see some of those storms begin to pop. First across parts of Montana and Wyoming, and then we see that boundary lift, and we do see these discrete supercells. That's where we're not only going to see a wind threat, but also to a damaging hail threat develop on into this evening. And then that complex drives up to the north, and you almost see kind of that signature curvature of that line of storms. That bowing structure is certainly what would cause the potential for those damaging wind gusts to continue into the overnight. Early in the morning, Minneapolis heads up largely dry today, but overnight that energy works itself north. And maybe if this shifts, remember this is just model guidance, if that shifts by even 50 miles, we could wake up to a pretty rowdy start. And then we do shift the overall severe weather risk off to the east as we head into Sunday and again on Monday. But the problem is that we don't have a ton of lift. Right, so it's our cold front that's going to follow behind, pushing to the east. We do have a developing ridge of high pressure that's going to really surge the heat and humidity up to the north. And with that, we have all of the fuel in the world, except for the fact that in the mid-levels, we do have warmer air moving in as well. And so that's what we call a cap. And with the cap in place for tomorrow and again on Monday, despite the storm energy that's going to be very present with that heat and humidity at the surface, upstairs we could see perhaps some limitations to getting those thunderstorms to develop. But just an early highlight, Minnesota, North Dakota in particular, these zones where we will see that repeat risk of perhaps some large hail, damaging winds. And you can see here we are by 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow, and that coverage is very isolated.